Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Orla Live for Thursday, the 13th of March, 2025. It's my nanny's anniversary today. I always remember the date well. But I'll be joined by Orla now in the next few minutes. But usually loads to talk about tonight. To talk about how much it's costing to house Ukrainians, 141 million. And then there's something like 1.8 billion being used to house migrants. Genie. It just beggars belief, like, you know what I mean? Geez, we're flying it up to 100 there already. Well done, everyone. But if you can, watch us. There you go. Viewers can add comments at www.theirishchannel.com/live. Log in there. If you can't get into Twitter, tell your friends to log in there. If you can't get into Twitter or Facebook or any of the others, you can also watch us live on X and comment at FitzyDub, at Anthony Casey, and at Ruggermorph27, and then Facebook, Paul Fitzsimons, and we're also, again, as I said, on the irishchannel.com/live. Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight there. And Orla will be with me in the next few minutes, I would say. But I'll wait till we go up to about 100 there now before I kick off anything. I'll just go through Anthony Case. Oh, that's me saying that. Good evening from Manchester. How are you, Michael John? How's things? Great to see you coming in here again. Would make you laugh, that. What would? How is communist Ireland? Yeah, it's crazy. Like, did you see the books? It didn't turn out the way we thought it would turn out, did it, the other day with the books? I was getting popcorn ready, the whole lot, like, you know what I mean? And it didn't work out the way we planned. But hi, Anthony Paul, hope you're well. I'm good. Good evening, lads. How are you? Orla will be on, as I said, in a minute. Prayers for your Nana, Paul. Yes, yeah. Jesus, how long is she? She's 28. I was 20. No, I was 21. She's 35 years dead today. You know, I was 21. That was the last time I seen her. That was my 21st. And, listen, she was a great woman. I mean, anyone who knew her. So, Miriam Keegan was her name. She was from Colester. So, from Donecarney. But, John Callan, I hope you're well, brother. I am, John. I'm doing well. Thanks very much, mate. It's just an awful lot of stuff to be getting down. We're working on stuff in the background with the party, and it's just brilliant. Like, you know what I mean? The way it's just moving. When you see it moving, and when you see it moving, when you see what we've done, well, then you'll see how much we've been moving in the background. So yeah, it's really coming on well. I'll just bring Orla up there. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hi, Paul. How are you?
Good, yeah. Just kicking off there. I said we'd go up to about 100 there. Good evening from Belfast. Good evening there. How are you, Native Irish? The Pure Oil Books. Hello from Bangkok. Late here. Fair play to you staying up, mate. Well done. I saw bits of that Michael John Dennis. Me Hall had a mad grin. It was horrendous. Trump telling him that the reason why he has a house, he's so good at what he's doing that he can't keep up the man to the houses.
No.
I thought, I was watching it live, and I thought, I have it there, but I can't watch it again. It's sickened me. I swear.
I know.
Really did.
Not kind of what we expected. Now, unless he was making a dig, like, you know.
Well, see, you don't know with the Trump fella either, you know what I mean? But like, people are posting up, they're all Zionists, they're all this, they're all that.
I don't think he's that stupid, though, you know. So I'd say it was some sort of a sly dig, you know.
Yeah, I hope so. I really do hope so. But,
you know, I would love to have been a fly on the wall. I'd say your man was shitting himself going in.
Oh, yeah. So you could see it. When he heard the books were there, that was even worse again the other night. Like,
I know.
What I'll do is I'll just kick off there with the books. I'm just going to go with the... Did I pull it down? Hang on. No, hold on. I'll pull it down now. Yeah. But I'll tell you actually what I am going to go with. It's a couple of minutes long. It's 4 minutes 57 long, right? Patrick Quinlan was in the chamber the other night, the Fingal chamber, on, I think it was Monday night. And they were looking for someone to fill Ruth Coppinger's... I think Ruth Coppinger was a member of some committee or something like this. And because she's a TD now, they were looking for someone to fill it. And nobody threw their name into the hat. And then Patrick Quinlan threw his name into the hat. and then they couldn't wait to get more people in, so as Patrick wouldn't get, so he wouldn't get an easy.
Of
No,
course.
seriously, like I'm gonna play it here. Let people see this because it's sickening the way this works. It's the same with Gavin and Malachy. They're outnumbered 40 odd to 2. You know, it's disgraceful.
I know.
I'm gonna play this. I'm going to play this and we'll come back and talk about it.
Okay.
B, appointment of one member of the Regional Health Forum, Dublin North East, following the election of Ruth Coppinger to the 34th Dáil in November 2024. So, pardon? Yeah, so there's no proposal for that. No. That position is open unless of another. Is there a seconder for Councillor Quinlan? Seconded, Councillor Boland. Have we any other nominations? I'll propose Councillor Boland. Seconded, Councillor Humphreys. Oh, sorry, it has to be from the Castleknock ward. Apologies. I'll propose Councillor John Walsh. Seconded, Councillor Humphreys. So we'll. Awesome. Well, I initially, sorry, need to be clear about where these are. Just, but I'll maintain Councillor Walsh's proposal. And we'll put up Councillor Walsh and Councillor Quinlan unless there's any other. Councillor Dennison.
Nominees don't have to be from a particular electoral area, as long as they're from Fingal.
Mayor, just to clarify, the Regional Health Forum in Dublin North East, and it has 6 members, and currently our councillors Tormey, Dennison, McCamley, Carboni Mangan and Kitt.
So we can have nominations, but if Councillor Ryan is happy to have to withdraw his nomination, if anybody else is looking to come on to this, Councillor Walsh. I'm happy to withdraw mine. What else wants to go on? Sure, Grant.
I propose Councillor O'Leary, please.
Seconded, Councillor Walsh. Have we any other nominations? Okay, so we'll take the 3 nominations: Councillor Walsh, Councillor O'Leary. Councillor Walsh is withdrawing, so Councillor O'Leary and Councillor Quinlan are the 2 nominations. Sorry, I'll just clarify. It's Councillor O'Leary is green, Councillor Quinlan is red. Okay, so Councillor O'Leary has won 29 to 2 abstentions. Item C, appointment of one member to the joint.
Now, isn't that just disgraceful? You know what I mean? That is just disgraceful. They don't want anybody on any committees or anything like that. You know, it is crazy. Like you see
Especially
what
on
he got
that.
there. But nobody was O'Leary. Is that Tom O'Leary? I think so. But your man, like the ones that's on it, Dennison and Kit, they're in Ongar here. And I'm going to be honest with you, they're just dinosaurs. They do nothing for the area. Like the other councillor that's here, I don't even know why she wasn't put, she probably didn't want to go onto it. Tanya Doyle. She does more work up here than any of them, than 3 or 4 of them put together. You know what I mean? That's the part here. Like there's councillors here that do put in the work. You know what I mean? And then there's the ones from Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, and they just saunter along. They get the votes, they get the, and they do nothing.
I know.
Like your man Dennison pulled me off. I walked into, I was doing, when I was doing the locals around here, I walked down one estate and someone said, "Oh, your man Dennison is in there." I said, "Well, like, I'm here. I'm not, I'm going to knock on doors." So I knocked down one side. And he was that slow, and being honest with you, he must have only got 8 or 9 houses up by the time I went all the way down the road knocking at doors and came back up the other side. And I met him at the gate, at one of the gates, and he says to me, "You must be new to this game, are you?" I said, "Why? What do you mean?" I said, "I am new to it." I said, "Why? What do you mean?" He said, "Usually when you see someone else canvassing in the area, you just fuck off." And they were his words to me. I'm not messing, right? And I turned around to him. I said, "Listen," I said, "the rules have changed." I said, "There's a new sheriff in town." I said, "Now you fuck off." And he just off, he went running down the road. But no, you know what I mean? But this is, yeah, he wasn't expecting it. You know what I mean? But he got it. I didn't give a shit. And again, ladies and gents, I'm sorry for cursing, but that's exactly what happened.
Well, you're only quoting what was been said, so we'll let you away with it this time.
I saw today the Romanian MEP was calling for EU out as well. Yeah, I seen that as well.
I saw earlier on was it on X? There was a news, somebody sharing it, and the crowds out in Romania was like, it was just black with people. Unbelievable the amount of people that was out. And that's what you need. That's a proper protest, not a couple of hundred here and there,
Yeah.
And actually there was a woman earlier on that was having a bit of a go and a comment I had made about, do you remember back to the time of Malachy and Gavin and that Lord Mayor?
Yeah.
And she was having a bit of a go saying that they weren't doing anything and, that they were only looking for clicks and likes and all that kind of stuff. So I had a little word with her.
Yeah.
Very politely
Somebody just posted in there that there's a lady in the EU, a German lady spoke. Is that Christine Anderson? I'm just looking here to see, has she anything up?
She's brilliant. She's fantastic.
Yeah, this is it here, yeah. The excessive money printing of the ECB is driving up everyday costs. Yeah, there's no video here. I'll have a look. Yeah. Okay, I have that here. Yeah, I'm gonna make that bigger.
Is it Christine?
Christine, yeah. We may as well play it, seeing as though people are asking about it. So yeah,
no problem.
We aim to please. So just let me present this. Yeah, sure. Okay.
If the Romanian people choose Ceausescu, why do we interfere and why do we stop it? This has nothing to do with democracy. Thank you. Romania has now barred Călin Ceausescu, as my colleague Pipera just pointed out. This is unprecedented in the EU member states. Ladies and gentlemen, if democracy were to effect change, that is the sole reason for having a democracy. You can effect change. But what we're seeing now is actually the people can vote for whoever they want. And if the candidate they don't like, they just bar him or put him in jail. We cannot, as Democrats, we cannot stand for this. The European Commission states, in a healthy democracy, citizens can freely choose their leaders. If the Romanian people choose Ceausescu, why do we interfere and why do we stop it? This has nothing to do with democracy. We need to have a debate on this to get back to our senses. I urge you to vote for this proposal.
Well, that's her. And she's right.
Very
you know
good.
what I mean? Like,
She's very good.
somebody,
What was that comment there a minute ago about some sort of rape in Donegal?
yeah, I was just looking at this here. Paul Fitz, did you see the lad sentencing for the brutal rape and attack of an Irish girl in Donegal? Niall has it on his channel. I seen Niall did a video yesterday of it.
Right.
But just let me see, can I find it? I know Niall did do a video. I seen the video yesterday. All right,
And was it a foreign man that did it?
Yeah, as far as I know. Yeah, let me just. No, he hasn't got it up. 28 minutes.
Would it have been from yesterday?
Yeah, I'm just looking through it now. Let's see. Yeah, Anchor Baby Scam. No, Noel puts up some great video. Shocking Gardaí recruiting in mosques. That's from March 12th. No. I did see the video yesterday. Maybe it was on TikTok or something. Yeah. No, I'll see can I find it in the next few minutes.
It was only this sentencing. I'm assuming this attack was last year or the year before then.
Yeah. But there's John Callan there. Time that we block everything in Dublin. Ports, tunnels, airport, the lot. I'm all for that, John. You know I am.
But John, we need crowds. We can't have 10, 20, 30, 100 people. We need proper crowds.
Yeah, we do. And no promoting. Just let's do it on a day. Boom. Here we go. Here we are. We're there. You know, that would be the plan for me now. If I was the devil and I wanted to do that and stop all of this, that's exactly what I would do. That's just my opinion, and my opinions are my own. So yeah, John, I agree with you. She warned about the jobs as well. That one she did. She warned about everything.
About them as well. Yes. And that other man that does be with her, I can't think of his name offhand. He's a bigger man with dark hair. He's very good as well.
That's who Herman used to work for. Christian Teres. He's Romanian.
Yes, Christian he's very good.
Yeah. You're one in the green jacket with the big smile on her face when the results coming in. Paul must have the patience of a saint to just sit in that council. Yeah, he must. You know what I mean? You know, and it's wrong the way they do it. As we said, we were talking about it a few minutes ago. Like, he's outnumbered there. You know what I mean? It didn't matter who got into any of them councils; they were going to be shot down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
There's a big meeting now tomorrow as well. Apparently, the Kulak says no. We're made aware of it. Alan Mains, he is holding a meeting tomorrow at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. It's a Zoom call. But this is just to tick boxes, to go back to them and say, listen, we've interacted with the community and they're all happy enough. They're interacting with the people who are part of the North Joint Partnership. That's what they're doing. These people are all for refugees in, and you give these lads, you give these councillors a football pitch and something else, and they sell out the Darndale and Kulak people. You know what I mean? That's exactly what's happening here. You know what I mean? They think we're stupid, but we're not stupid. But there was a bit of a spanner put in the works the other day. It's no longer a secret now, so everybody knows about it now. So yeah, please God, we can report on it tomorrow evening, or we'll report on a Sunday. But like, yeah, hang on, the amount of times that Polish MEP chap, can't remember his name, was put down Vonda. All the time, yeah, all the time.
Vonda liar. Oh my God,
liar, yeah.
Isn't she just the epitome of evil? Every time you see her, you just think that she should be like a cartoon. You know, a cartoon villain. Like, what did we say the other night? Like Cruella de Vil.
Cruella de Vil, yeah, that's exactly who she's like. Yeah, lads, fair play. Yeah, banners, where are we? Up to 300 there. Lovely, jubbly. Fair play. Keep sharing her out there, people. Keep sharing her out. You know what I mean? There's a few of us watching on the Irish channel there as well. Let me check that. Yeah. Go to Irish channel, www.theirishchannel, theirishchannel.com/live. That's where you can watch it live. If you haven't got YouTube or if you haven't got whatever, you know what I mean, you can go on there. That's it there. viewers can add comments, irishchannel.com/live. So when you go, and you can also get us on all the other channels, the usual ones as well. So I had a video there. There's a bit of vaccine stuff here I wanted to talk about too. You know what I mean? And I also have a trans girl and a trans woman who are not happy with what has happened and what has transpired, and so we play that in a few minutes as well. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. But, I think we'll go with Ursula von der Leyen talking about vaccinating the whole world. Okay, so let's go with I think this is the one.
The trade relations between the European Union and the United States are the biggest in the world. They have brought prosperity and security to millions of people, and trade has created. The trade relations between the European Union and the United States are the biggest in the world. They have brought prosperity and security to millions of people, and trade has created millions of good jobs on both sides of the Atlantic. As of this morning, the United States is applying a 25% tariff on imports of steel and aluminum. We deeply regret this measure. Tariffs are taxes. They are bad for business and worse for consumers. They are disrupting supply chains. They bring uncertainty for the economy. Jobs are at stake, prices up. Nobody needs that on both sides, neither in the European Union nor in the United States. The European Union must act to protect consumers and business. The countermeasures we take today are strong but proportionate. As the United States are applying tariffs worth $28 billion, we are responding with countermeasures worth 26 billion euros. This matches the economic scope of the tariffs of the United States. Our countermeasures will be introduced in 2 steps, starting with April 1st and fully in place as of April 13th. In the meantime, we will always remain open to negotiations. We firmly believe that in a world fraught with geo-economic and political uncertainties, it is not in our common interest to burden our economies with such tariffs. We're ready to engage in a meaningful dialogue. I have entrusted Trade Commissioner Maroš Šefčovič to resume his talks to explore better solutions with the United States.
Sorry, that was my bad. I thought it was the vaccine one, but it didn't matter. That's talking about the tariffs on the States. But did you look at the ceasefire in America? Now, America and Ukraine have a ceasefire in place for the next 30 days once Russia agreed to it. Have you seen this one?
No.
Yeah, well, that's what came out of Washington yesterday. I seen Jack Posobiec talking about it and a few of them talking about it. But the way that'll work out now is that's only going to harm Russia. That's not going to harm anyone else, because if they give a 30-day, and America have moved back into weapons as well now, because they're allowed to use American weapons now. You know what I mean? Trump has re-signed it off. So all that does is makes Europe and Ukraine stronger against Russia. That's all that does. Like, Putin gets nothing in return here. If Putin stops this for 30 days, that means the Ukraine can restock up on everything and, and start the war again. You know what I mean? With full supplies. Whereas the Russians have them pushed back. They have, you know what I mean? They have them on the run. If the Russians want to move in, they'll just move in. End of story. You know what I mean? But Ukraine were talking about the peace talks it was Wednesday, I think it was. Wednesday, they had the peace talks in Abu Dhabi. But on Tuesday night, they sent in the biggest drone strike in the history of the war into Russia. Like, if you were going to Abu Dhabi for peace, why would you send in hundreds of drones into Russia to blow up apartment blocks and everything else? You know what I mean? So I think
I like there to cause trouble.
Yeah, I think this is a ploy. You know what I mean? This is definitely a ploy. I don't care. You know what I mean? I smell a rat here. I do. And as I said, you who are all peeping outside the weird lady on the screen talking. Don't know what that is.
Oh, because both of us are either side of
Oh, yeah.
Of the video, yeah. But I mean, just even looking at her, I mean, honest to God, as I said, she should be a cartoon villain.
Yeah.
So have you the video of her talking about the shots?
That's
true.
That's
They're looking to get 500 million, children. Well, they can.
That was the one. That's the one I thought that was because. Oh yeah, hang on. Here's the video. What's that video?
They're not getting my daughter again. I can tell you that.
No, they're not getting anyone's now at this moment in time. Russia is not our enemy. America is our enemy. I don't think Russia are our enemy at all. I'm being honest with you, and I've said that from day one. America took over Ukraine. They did. We showed Jeffrey Sachs talking about it here last week or the week before. We know who the enemies are, and unfortunately, so does our government. That's why they've signed over the triple lock and everything. That's why that's gone. You know what I mean? And he sat there the other day talking in Washington about our children. I don't want my children going to war, and we don't want this to happen, and we don't. Well, then why did you do what you did? You know what I mean? Yeah, Russia will simply launch their nukes if EU and NATO try to invade Russia. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? I really do. Putin told Trump to get lost apparently, but it's still just a game for them. Well, there you go. I think he's what's this video? Let me just save this. Somebody just sent me in a video. I don't know what it is yet. I have to look at it. Oh yeah, okay. It's the one from Niall McConnell, I'm sure.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, just let that download there and I'll see you can throw it in here. Yeah,
I know, it's just so hard. I tell you, it's just so hard. Remember I said to you yesterday when I sent you on stuff and I said, it's not even 11 o'clock in the morning and I don't know how many things I'd send you at that stage.
Yeah, exactly. But we loads of stuff yesterday. Loads of stuff. Russia's nurses are
you can't keep track of everything. You'd be on Facebook or X or TikTok or whatever, just all day, every day. And you need a break some as well,
Yeah, vet that video first, Paul. I will. I'll have a look there. Yeah. There are lots of Russians YouTube channels. Listen, I watch RT television on Odyssey. If anyone wants to watch what's going on in Russia, the truth, watch RT. Go on to Odyssey and RT television there. Russian television is there. I think we have one of our own Irish reporters there. What's his name? Shay Bowes. I think Shay Bowes is a reporter for them. So yeah, listen, watch RT television. There's a reason why RT is banned in Europe. It's so as you don't get to see what's really happening. That's the problem here. You know what I mean? Like Ukraine was taken over years ago, 2014. Victoria Nuland. We've all heard. We all know what went on there. You know what I mean? They were using snipers, killing people, and it's just horrible. Ukraine doesn't want the ceasefire. It would stop the gravy train. Yes, that's exactly
Tom. That's it.
Orla, you will be horrified looking at Noah's video.
Right, okay. Thanks, Siobhan.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I know what it is then. Yeah, I seen this yesterday. Now it's a couple of minutes long, isn't it? Yeah. Listen, we're going to go with this and we'll come back and talk to you.
So this is breaking from Letterkenny, County Donegal. Man accused of brutal Letterkenny rape to stand trial at Central Criminal Court. A man accused of brutal rape of a young woman in Letterkenny last year is to stand trial at the Central Criminal Court in Dublin. The man, who's in his 20s, cannot be named at this point, appeared by video link. Garda Sergeant Jim Collins told the court that the Director of Public Prosecutions had consented that the accused be sent forward, blah, blah, blah. Details of the direction were given in court by a translator in the Arabic language. There you go. I remember, this story came out last year. And the amount of people that called me, sent me private messages through social media telling me that a young girl, a young student, had been brutally raped at Lower Main Street, Letterkenny, and battered. That her own parents, her own family, didn't know who she was. They couldn't identify her. She was so badly beaten and raped. This is what's happening now in Ireland. This is what's happening in my backyard in Donegal. This is why I do what I do, to stand up for our own people, to raise alarms about what's happening. I don't care what anybody calls me. I couldn't care less what names you call me. Couldn't give a hoot. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, look at what's happening to our women. Look what's happening. And people are so afraid to be called names. Look, we're losing our country. You have to understand that. Would you rather lose your country or be called offensive names? Oh, you're the R word. You're the R word. Oh, don't call me the R word. Don't call me the R word, please. I'm such a soy boy. You can't call me the R word. Don't call me the R word. I couldn't care less what you call me. I'm standing up for my people. Warning the people of Donegal about what they're importing into my county. And this poor wee girl had her whole life in front of her. And look what's happened. Look what's happened. Her life has changed forever. It's because of open borders, mass migration, and to all the good doers who championed this on, who never stood up and said no. Because if there was a certain amount of pushback, the Irish regime couldn't do it. They would have to say no. But because no one stood up, no one did anything, not enough of us stood up and said no. This poor girl was brutally raped, brutally attacked. There you go now. There's your diversity as your strength. Look, let's get this message out there. Let's get this story out there. Because, of course, the mainstream media are refusing to cover the story. This is covered up by the local media outlets in Donegal. Donegal Daily, I think, is the only one that I've seen. I didn't see any other media outlet cover this. So let's get this viral. Let's get this going all over the world. Let's get this to the Irish Americans who don't understand what's really happening in Ireland. This is happening to our young children. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Share these videos with all your friends and family. Let's get the message out there, everybody, please. We are trying to get the latest issue of our party newspaper, The Irish Patriot, to print. We rely on your continued support. We've been doing this for 5 years. Now we're trying to get the latest issue to print. We have the best writers, the absolute best writers in Ireland writing for our paper, bar none. And we have the only Irish national newspaper in the whole island of Ireland. We've got, over the past 5 years, we've got distribution teams set up all over Ireland. They're chomping at the bit, ready to go. They want this paper out there. We need one final push to get this to print. But we're not funded by the state, and we're not funded by the 32,000 NGOs. We rely on you, the listener, to support our work. We rely on patriots like yourself. So if you want to chip into our newspaper fund,
if you can't help Noel out, he does sterling work up north. He does great work up in Donegal. So fair play to him. At Noel McConnell on TikTok, and I think it's at Noel McConnell. I just shared the link there in the banners there, or in the Russian RT television there. If you see it, you'll see it there now. https://odyssey.com/at-FD/RT live stream -8. Okay, so anyone wants to watch that, off you go. You can, well, not now, wait until after this.
Wait until we're finished.
yeah, wait until we're finished.
And hi, Anthony and Martin.
That's not them, that's me.
Oh, is that you? Right, okay, I thought it was the lad.
When I put in a comment, it comes up on there too, yokes, as well, on Facebook. Some American families moved to Russia because of traditional family life values. Men looking for wives and found the females are natural wear their individual style and have their own hair. Okay, yeah. Well, in Russia, they're probably real women. They're not women with beards like what we have. The whole Protestant Catholic thing is stupid.
I must look up that story about that poor girl. Jesus Christ, that sounds horrendous. Like,
beating and raping women and children is a form of foreplay in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Listen, I'm just zero. He did it to me. Look, I'm here today to start an argument about that, but like, discuss it on Suzanne's channel one day. I don't know what that's about. Somebody's fighting. It's bigger than Catholic Protestant. The land is being invaded. Yeah.
Oh, I think they're talking about Niall. They were saying something that Niall won't, something to do with Protestants.
Entertain Protestants
feature them or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's never forget Ashling Murphy and the fact that her fiance to be with an exciting life ahead. He was called the R name, amongst others, for calling out the facts. That's true. Yeah, that is true.
And as we've said before, like, where's all the, you know, the National Women's Council, and where's all these ones from People Before Profit and all these other ones? No. But if that was an Irish man, they'd be out in force.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's what they do.
No.
The Ruth Coppingers and all of them, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, they do it. That's what they do.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. But it's crazy. It really is. But
so what have we next?
What have we next? I think.
Well, you said you had. First of all, did you find that video from you one talking about the shots?
Hold on.
Did you put up the wrong video?
Von der Leyen. No, I didn't find that. I'll find that in a minute. Find that in a minute. But,
and then you had the video on the couple of trans people.
That's what we go with now. Okay, a trans woman here, who comes out and gives out and talks about. Let's play that, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
I just wanted to come on this video and confirm that I am born male, that I am created male in the image of God. Genesis 1:27. I'm created male. My sex is male. I was born male originally. Then I transitioned into a woman, and then I realized that it was wrong and it was deception and lies, because I wasn't actually a woman. Yes, I changed all these parts, but inside I'm still a man. Inside I'm still Joshua. But Joshua was screaming, and only Jesus saved my soul from the deception and lies of the enemy. And that enemy is the devil. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And no one comes to the Father. It's not my truth, it is the truth. Jesus is the truth. No matter what you say, no matter what your opinion is, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And no one comes to the Father except through him. Also, your flesh, it says to live by the Spirit of life, so that you do not gratify the desires of your flesh, because your flesh, I'm sorry to tell you, but it reaps corruption. If you're given into your flesh, if you're given into your fleshly, worldly desires, I've already went down that path. Trust me, it wasn't good. It doesn't work. But if you're living on God's strength, he will guide you in the paths of righteousness. If you acknowledge Jesus today, if you acknowledge him, that Jesus is your Lord, that Jesus died and rose again and beat the grave, and if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, and you believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. This is true. This really happened. Jesus really did come here and die and rise again. He lived a perfect sinless life for you. He was the sin offering for our dirty sins, the stuff that we do. And yet God is so gracious towards us, because anytime I fall, God is there to forgive me. And I'm not really afraid where this video goes, to be honest. If God is for me, you can be against me all you like. My enemies will come against me and flee 7 different other ways. I'm not really bothered about anybody coming against me, because the Lord is my shepherd, and he leads my soul in the paths of righteousness. He leads me beside quiet waters. He is the peace that he gives me in my heart, that nothing in this world can die. Nothing in this world is permanent. Only salvation.
Yeah, you know, detransitioned and found God all in the one. You know what I mean? It's I have another one there of a trans girl. I'm going to play that.
You know what? You can actually hear in his voice. Like, I mean, how far did he go? I mean, has he had the operation that he's now completely damaged?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. You can see it. I have the bits and I have this. Like, you know what I mean? He was a girl, you know, and now
he was born a man.
He was born a man, but now and I think he's back to a man now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then if you had the operation, like, can you imagine what's been done and how is that going to be reversed? It probably won't be.
It can't be. I'm almost ashamed that I was fooled by the gay community in my teens in the 80s. Yeah. What a moving testimony, yeah.
Yeah.
All Christians unite, forget about the divide. Yeah.
But again, like that, the plan behind this is just...
Yeah.
Does anybody want to say the devil's not walking the earth?
No, I don't. I didn't do the books in America, did I?
No.
No, I don't
You
think
said
there's
you have
much
another
we
video
can
there,
do.
first of all.
Yeah,
there
of a
two videos
trans
you had?
girl. This is only 2
Yeah.
minutes, and then we'll talk about
Yeah.
that for a minute and come back.
Yeah.
I was a
And then go on.
confused 12-year-old girl who found herself in online transgender forums and was introduced to the concept of gender identity, which became my autistic fixation. I was taught that my gender nonconformity and my discomfort with puberty and my same-sex attraction was not evidence that I may just grow up to be a lesbian, but that it actually meant that I was a straight boy trapped inside of my wrong female body. For half of my life, I believed, as do many others in this room, that without lifelong medical intervention to affirm this male gender identity, I was doomed to end my life. This was presented as a fact rather than as a tenet of an unprovable belief system with no robust evidentiary underpinning. The male gender identity I was told was innate disappeared as I lived through the horrors of October 7th in Israel. I woke up to a siren and did not have enough time to run to the bomb shelter and to put on my gender-affirming breast binder. Being forced to prioritize survival over identity made me realize what a first world absurdity it is to pretend that the concept of gender identity is somehow more real in nature than are the claims of any other unprovable belief systems. Unfortunately, the effects of my temporary belief in gender identity have left me permanently damaged. This belief system hijacked half of my life, derailed my psychosocial development, and disfigured my breasts, harmed my posture, hurt my ribcage, and has left me in pain while breathing. There is no solid evidence that gender identity exists in the brain, in the body, or in any objective way, because sex is not a feeling. It is an embodied reality. Enshrining gender identity in law forces all of society to abide by the religious style belief that a man is a woman if he simply believes he is. Protecting gender identity in law necessarily erases all sex-based protections, from women and girls to have single-sex spaces and sports, for gays and lesbians to not face lawsuits for keeping their establishments single-sex, and the rights of all children to grow up without being chemically castrated for the crime of playing the wrong kind of make-believe dress-up as a toddler. Make no mistake, you may think that by enshrining gender identity protections into law, that you are protecting the most vulnerable among us. In reality, you are only protecting a dangerous belief system that only comes at the expense of the most vulnerable among us. Thank you. I cede my time to questioning.
I was just seeing in the comments there, someone just said about, hang on. Speaking of gays, we need to remember that not all gays are terrible. Even regular gay people are against this woke nonsense. I know that, and I've spoken to gay people who
we know that. And Glenn Moore will always come out and say that he's completely against the trans ideology. Yeah. This is the trans ideology. I've actually seen that video before, and fair play to them for speaking out. But like, look at these videos you see now of like these parents, and they're saying, "Oh, my baby is identifying as a boy or a girl." A baby can't even speak. Like,
it's weak
parenting. How messed up is that?
Parenting. It's weak parenting. That's
yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, no, they're afraid. The same way as people are afraid to get out on the streets here. They're afraid to say, "No, my child is not trans." Don't start that crap. That's bullshit. No, we'll keep up with the Joneses and we'll pretend this is and go along with this. This is what they do, and then it's too late for the children. You know what I mean? Like it's, you know, like.
It's shocking.
If my uncle came in to me tomorrow and told me he was gay, I'd give him a lump hammer and a Leyden chisel and get out there and start cutting concrete or something, do something, you know what I mean? When we play football or something, and we'll have the crack, you know what I mean? I'm hardly going to hand him a bleeding Barbie doll, you know what I mean? And say, here, go on and do makeup. You know, come on, put a bit of effort in for people, like, you know what I mean? You need to put a bit of effort in here. That's what you're here for. You're here to look after your children. You're here to bring them up the best you can. Not let them dictate to you or anyone else dictate to you what your child is. You know what your child is. If he has a willy, he's a boy. If he has a vagina, she's a girl. That's it. There's no in between. You can be lesbian, you can be gay, but you cannot be, like, there's no in between here. There used to be trans. Trans used to be transvestites, if you remember. Men who dressed up as women. And they were closet transvestites. You know what I mean? That's what, and now they're walking around with beards, dresses, and mini skirts. You know what I mean? And it's all acceptable now. It's not acceptable now. If they want to do that, do it in your own privacy or your own home. Like, I don't want to be looking at that crap walking around the streets. You know, I just don't. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. That's maybe I'm old-fashioned, but that's just me. Yeah, that's right. My gay friend says the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
I'm
lot of gay
telling you
people
now.
are speaking out about all this. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So many in the gay community talk about interjection and destruction of society to suit their depopulation agendas. That's exactly what it is, you know. Check out Gays Against Groomers. Brilliant
Yes.
content. I watch them all the
I
time.
follow them as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Spiritual
Parenting.
battle, yes, yeah.
Parenting. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm telling you, weak liberal parents are the problem. Exactly, Zero. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Then you have the likes of Paul Murphy coming out and talking about it in the doll. When my child, I don't know what he is, Juniper or Jupiter or whatever his name is, it's a boy. But he's not going to say whether it's a boy or a girl because he's going to let him decide himself. You can't decide your sex. You can't. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. It's assigned to you at birth, and Trump is brilliant. That's one thing that I'll take my hat off to Trump for. He's at an affirming it now, and it's a federal offence if they say any different. Happy days. Yeah, competition for the biggest trans in the village from the parents. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I know someone, listen, that looks after a trans child in Australia, and it's, oh yeah, she's great, and no, you're playing right into it, these people. You know what I mean? I know it's a job and I know everything else, but you're pretending. The pretense has to stop. You know what I mean? Like, a man can never become a woman and a woman can never become a man, and that's just it. End of story. Go on, Orla. Have you anything to rant about there? Sorry, it just boils my blood.
Oh yeah, look, no, I know. And look, I think we've pretty much said it. Do you know, it's just, you know, I just think we need to be featuring more that are speaking out about it, because they're all being suppressed as well. And, you know, a lot of these people are being pushed into it and bullied into it and coerced into it. And, you know, especially if they're not, you know, maybe in the right mental state, and they were just easily coerced, and now they completely regret it. And the problem is, if they've gone too far, they've done irreparable damage, which is just horrendous, you know.
It's disgraceful, like, you know, and
people need to answer for this, because this again is another agenda that's been pushed, same as the shots. People need to be held accountable, and I believe they will down the line, because more and more people are going to wake up to what's going on, and it's not normal. It's not normal to have trans in libraries to young children, talking about God knows what and reading what out of books and all this sort of stuff. It's just like, some of those books they're not appropriate for children, you know.
No.
It's just shocking, the content in them and the pictures and everything. Like, I mean, why do we need children to be seeing all that sort of stuff? Children are supposed to be innocent and they need to be protected. It's as simple as that.
But and then they're going after
we always
everybody.
say, when you're over 18, you can do whatever the hell you like.
Yeah. There's someone just saying, by the way, guys, you're doing a bang-up job. Love from the UK. Keep getting the word out there. People have woken up. People have woken up now. We just need to keep pushing the information out there. Yeah, it's true.
I know. Look, we're doing our best, you know.
They are planting poison seeds in the minds of our children. Exactly. Yeah. And if you look, but listen, if you give children choices, they're going to take the choices rather than go with what's the flow. You know what I mean? Like, we never had them choices as kids. You know, we knew what we were. We knew, like, as I said, there was a guy lived beside me, spoke like a girl and the whole lot, and we knew he was gay from a very young age. But he didn't want to be a woman. You know, he's a gay man. He didn't want to be a woman. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He didn't wear dresses, or he didn't. My young fella identifies as a little bollock. So does mine sometimes. Yeah. Masculinity is under attack by woke. Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I have decided I want, if we're going to identify as anything, I'm going to identify as a millionaire.
But it's no good. You won't have a pot to piss in. So you can be. Yeah, well,
I'm very disappointed it's not working.
You know, Maureen Fahy, most people having nothing against gay, lesbians, it's the Q shite, yeah. And as the books are calling it out in Washington, agreeing with Donald there are two genders and they are plural. Imagine a man going into jail for being honest and his salary taken off him. Come on, Musk, help the books. Yeah, I do agree. But yeah.
Did you say you have the video? Have you a video to show on the box?
I'm looking for it there. I thought I pulled it down. Books in Washington.
Yes, I've seen that. Isn't what's you on? Is it Charlize Theron? Is that nonsense? But the Hollywood celebs. Yeah. There's some of them at that, yeah.
Sure, so was your woman, what you call her? Jamie Lee Curtis. She has a trans child. Like, she has a trans... They all have trans kids. The whole lot of them. You know what I mean? Like, Elon Musk even has a child that was caught by it as well. He has a trans child. You know what I mean? That was caught by the woke mind virus. And that's what he tells you. His child was just caught up in it. You know? It's disgraceful. Like, you know what I mean? It really is disgraceful. But the Borks, fair play to them. I'm just pulling that down there now. And we'll run with that. Hollywood celebs have 3 children, all 3 are trans. The chances are trillions to 1. Yeah, it's bullshit. You know, every one of them. You know, as I said, Jamie Lee Curtis, your man out of Ray Donovan, his kid is a trans. Your man, Jason, the big good-looking fella, one of his kids is trans as well. They all have trans kids. Sure, Tom Hanks has his child up dancing and doing pretty things, and it's a boy. Come on.
Yeah, well, we know what Tom Hanks is, don't we?
Oh, man, yeah. So, listen, I'm going to go with this. We'll just go with the Borg team and come back for a minute. Jeez, we're flying here.
Martina, would you like to say anything?
Yes.
About what brought you over here today?
What's the truth about Ireland? Yes.
That you think American people need to know?
We're going to highlight that. Yes, yeah.
How come Enoch didn't come with you?
Because it's a religious matter. It's to do with his religious belief.
I don't think transgender is a religious problem.
Well,
it is.
Yes, yeah. Male and female, that's what God created.
I think it's more like...
Are you hoping to talk to Taoiseach before he makes his way to the White House?
I've just said what I've said, and I want to leave it at that.
Is there any reason you won't talk to us? Because you generally have a lot to say back home. And it's interesting you've come all this way, but yes, we're giving you an opportunity to speak and you don't want to. Can I ask if there's any reason why?
You are, and I'm nothing to say. No.
Is there any reason Enoch's not here?
Can I take the photo?
You see, the reason they wouldn't talk to them was he knew well what they were trying to do. They were trying to drag, trying to drag stuff out of them and all. Fair play to them, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even trans queens in the RuPaul Drag Race. Oh, that's when that came out. I thought, oh, come on, give me strength, Lord, will you?
Yeah.
Liev Schreiber, that's his name. Yeah, that's it, Chris. Liev Schreiber. Yeah. Michael John and how to change your perspective on schools. Johnny was asking. Sorry, I don't know. High punks and band. Yeah. It's a trend in Hollywood. Yes, it is a trend in Hollywood.
It is a trend. Yeah, that and the bloody 40s as well.
When they started admitting the stuff into the primary schools, that sickened me. It sickened me as well. RTE harassing the Bork family. That's exactly what they were doing there. They were trying to get the gotcha moment again. That's what they tried to do. They asked her a question and she was right. They were right not to answer them. You know what I mean? I'd give RTE nothing. But any American media that had come to me, I'd talk to them because I think there was a guy there today. I haven't found it. I seen her on TikTok or something. But religious people always get hassled. It's true. They do. Yeah. Now listen, don't get me wrong. I'm in no way. I'm a Catholic. I go to mass sometimes, funerals and the whole lot. But if I need something, I'll say a prayer. You know what I mean? Like I believe in God and the whole lot. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Can you give my vid a play? I can't play that big huge one. I can't play that one, Jaden. That's even huge.
You didn't get a chance to cut it down, did you?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to cut it down. I might have been very busy. We've been doing stuff with the party, as I said, over the last couple of days with Ireland Force. So, yeah. Speaking of Ireland Force, I want to play this video that Anthony put out on Monday or Tuesday. It was. Some people were. Listen, I'm going to play the video and we'll come back and talk to it now. This is the new leader of the Ireland Force. So I'll play this and we'll come back.
Good morning, everybody. This is Anthony Casey here, the President of Ireland First. I want to do a quick video to let everybody know that party membership is open. And this the relaunch of Ireland First, things will work a little bit differently. When you sign up, you can put down what your expertise and experience is and fall into a committee on WhatsApp. This may fall into media expertise, into the media committee, legal expertise, financial, housing, policy, fundraising. There's many, even a youth committee. So this is a party that I need everyone's strengths to pull into for the cause. Mentioning that, unfortunately, there's a lot of people around the movement who aren't for the cause. They've been coming out of the woodwork in droves. People who stand beside you and wave a flag, but they're there for clicks and likes or else to cause division. I have no time for these people. If you're not first and foremost for nationalism, move out of the way. It's very important to say, we didn't get into this to be career politicians. Well, not all of us anyway. We didn't get into this to be social media influencers. We got into this for our kids, to look after our country, because it's gone a very wrong road. So, if you want to pull together and actually do something positive for the country, and stop being like teenage girls, maybe it's time you reach out, shake hands, and work together. Because this country is getting worse. The government and state have gone completely corrupt. And they're laughing because they don't even need to antagonize us anymore. We're doing it to ourselves. This is ridiculous. It's time for us all to man up and realize what's at stake here, what's at risk. We need to come together and be stronger. These stupid allegations, these stupid Facebook and TikTok videos, these stupid call-outs, they all need to stop. I'm open to sit down with anyone who wants to put their troubles aside, wants to put their woes aside and have a cup of coffee. Because that's what we need. So I hope everyone will join me in trying to do what we can to make Ireland better again, make Ireland great again, possibly. Yes, I'm in Ireland First and I am in Sinn Féin, two separate entities, because this battle must take a multi-pronged approach. One is boots on the ground, community initiatives, groups in every town. And the other will be setting up a viable and honest powerhouse of an opposition party to this government. And I need everybody on board with me, on both. And if I can lend a hand to your organisation, I will do my best to do it. Because we got into this for our family and for our kids and for our future, for our culture, for our language, for our history, for our heritage, for our faith. And let's not forget it.
Yeah. There's a lot of crap going on in the background here. People acting the MAGA on Twitter and throwing out dispersions and doing different bullshit. I'm not going to talk about it on the show because anyone who knows, okay? And I'm sure there's lots of people in the chat here now that know exactly what I'm talking about. And you can see it happening, you know what I mean? But the person that's doing this is doing themselves no favours. I'm being honest with you. Everybody can see these people for what they really are. At the end of the day, I know what Anthony is. I trust Anthony. You know what I mean? And that's it. End of story. Anthony didn't... The lies that's been thrown out there, it's all bullshit. Okay? I'm sure Anthony will address all this himself in the coming days. So we'll leave it at that then. But yeah, and he is right. We all need to come together. We definitely need to come together, you know?
He always speaks so well.
Right, Anthony. Yeah, he does. We all need to stick together for Ireland. We do. That's exactly what we came here for. That's exactly what we started this for. You know what I mean? And well, even 2 or 3 minutes of video, if no one's interested, then fair enough. I'll pull her up there now in a minute and I'll play a couple of minutes. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to even look at it, Jaden, so I don't usually put stuff.
You just wanted to go through it, Jaden, just to see what we can play, you know, because you could be missing out some good bits of it.
Thanks, Jaden. Anthony, the best we got so far. Well, listen, he's the only one that's out there. He's the face now, you know what I mean? And he's putting out the videos and he's doing... Guys, if only you knew what was going on in the background here, you'd be happy. You know what I mean? Yeah. High game to and money bags. Yeah. Anthony is a genuine man. He is a genuine man, and he doesn't deserve the bullshit. Now, I'm being honest with you, and it's coming from inside. It's inside the nationalist movement. It's not. Listen, if lefties were doing it, you could take that crap. But when your own are doing it on you, it's very, very wrong. You know what I mean? Like, we had the same shit with me up in, when I was running in the elections, with posters getting burned, other nationalists burning posters. As far as I'm concerned, that's treason. I don't care what anyone says. Like, call me mad if you want. You know what I mean? But if you do something on another nationalist like that, you should be called out for it, and you should never be allowed back into the movement. I'm telling you, anyone that was involved in it. And the same with this shit with Anthony as well. You know. But what's the plan? The Muslim effect hasn't hit Ireland yet. I assure you. Well, it's nearly here, mate. It's nearly here. Pada. Orla, I found cats to be jealous of cameras. They're the funniest animals.
She's not amused. She's just not entertained. Sure, you're not, Angel.
Anthony always responds to me. Positivity. Yes, listen. Anthony responds to everyone. And there was a problem here 2 weeks ago. He responded to somebody on TikTok, and this person asked him a few questions. He sent back texts in private, and this person went and put these texts all over TikTok. You know what I mean? Everywhere on TikTok. After being talking in private. Like, you know what I mean? You don't do that. You know what I mean? People don't do that. You shouldn't do that on your own. You know, especially with some of the texts were about someone else, a third party, say, and like Anthony didn't want to be talking. It was in private. He said this, and this one broadcast it all over TikTok. So listen, people, you need to cop onto yourselves. You really do need to cop onto yourselves. You know what I mean? Don't know anything online about it. I don't be on X. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, well, that's good. You don't know? Well, then that's grand, Dennis. Fair play to you. Hi, Frank B. Right, Orla, I tell you what I am going to go with here now. I want to share this. Yeah. Okay. Here we are. 141 million spent on monthly payments for Ukrainian tenants in Ireland.
Jesus Christ.
More than 41 million was spent in 2024. That was last year. Okay. In 2024 alone on Ukrainian accommodation recognition payment scheme, where €800 per month is paid tax-free to anyone hosting a person or persons from Ukraine. The expenditure on the scheme is separate, and in addition to the cost of providing accommodation centres and services for those who arrive from the Ukraine. More than 15,000 people are currently claiming the monthly recognition payment, which has been criticised as radically distorting the rental sector. It is, yeah. Currently, over 15,500 hosts are accommodating almost 36,000 Ukrainians in over 19,000 accommodations. The number of private individuals hosting refugees from Ukraine quadrupled from just over 4,000 in 2023 up to that current number of 15,500. The spend was detailed by Minister of Social Protection Derek Hilary in a breakdown of payments in the 2024 social welfare scheme. The minister advised that the figures are drafted. Here's the figures here now. I'm just going to make this bigger. If you hang on, yeah, just let me. Can you see? You can't really see them. They're not very big. But maybe now you can. Yeah, social welfare payments. Okay, adoptive parent benefit 172,000. Accommodation recognition 141,000. Blind pension payments, 10,000. Look at that. Back to work payments, 30,000. Back to work. This is all for Ukrainians. Disability allowance payment, 1.6 million. Look at that. Child benefit payments, 2.259 million. Carers allowance payments, 868,204. Now, our carers have to do a means test in order to get. How are they means testing these people on any of these
things? They're not been means tested.
This person cannot
I met carers out there during elections that were getting €66 a week. €66 a week.
The National Fuel Scheme, 3.5 million. That's all means tested for us as well. Working family payment, 418,000. Genie Mac. Household benefits. In household benefits, 93 million. Look at that. Genie Mac. 93 million. Like, I'm going to stop sharing that one, and I'm going to close that for a minute, and I'm going to
Unbelievable.
this one.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
sent you on a few things now. It's all in and around the same.
Yeah,
you know,
I have it here.
in
I'm
relation
going
to
to present
money.
it there now.
Because I had a busy, was it yesterday now? God, it was a day for it.
The recipients of the 1.8 billion asylum accommodation spend in 2024. Figures released yesterday by the Department of Children, Equality, Disability, Integration and Youth show that the total cost of providing accommodation to asylum seekers in 2024 was 1.8 billion.
Yeah.
The overall bill for accommodation and related services since 2016 is now approaching 7 billion. Now, you see what they do here? They spin this, that since 2016, it's been 7 billion. So that's 9 years, so people will look at that and go, oh, yeah. But when you look, it was 1.8 billion last year alone.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
That's nearly 2 billion. And it's been like that since 2022, 2023 and 2024.
I know.
So before 2022, there was only 1 point something billion actually spent since 2016. You know what I mean? So
I know.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And then there was an article, well, I featured it today now in relation to my God, what's her name? Foley. And she was going about how there's 14,000 children on waiting lists for, services in relation to disabilities, like assessments and all that sort of stuff. And here's the money wasted on all this other stuff.
Did you send that to me?
No, I didn't send it. No, I didn't send it because we had kind of enough to feature tonight. But just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, if that money was put into disability services and assessments and all that, we wouldn't have. I met parents who were waiting years for speech therapy. Years. One parent I met, and they had an 11 and a 12-year-old, non-verbal, waiting for speech therapy. Absolutely ridiculous. Nobody in this country should have to wait for speech therapy for their child. Do you know? Remember the Down syndrome boy I spoke about on several occasions, 5.5 years old, still hasn't received speech therapy, and he's 5.5. Like, it's absolutely scandalous. And they're sending money everywhere and anywhere apart from doing anything in our own country. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It
is. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting.
I don't know if I sent on something else. Did I? I know there was a couple of things in and around just the wastage of money.
I have a few. I have a few things there that I.
And don't forget, Tracy O'Mahony did great work. Sent that on to you as well.
Yeah, Tracy did the. Hang on there, and I'll just get that up.
The nice
that was to tell us how many people actually.
That are go. Yes, but it'd be nice for people to see that. She does brilliant work, Tracy. Fair play to her.
Yeah. Well, I'll pull this over here then, and we'll. Let's have a look now. I'll see, can I make this bigger? Now, I'll share this out. So you can see it there. Hang on, I'll make it a little bit bigger. You see that there? Yeah. They are literally laughing at us. While people struggle to make ends meet, TDs are jetting all over the world to represent Ireland. The suggestion that this benefits Ireland is bullshit. The only people benefiting out of TD is all 38 of them. I estimate the cost to be approximately 500,000. Look at that.
Yeah,
Micheál Martin, Texas and Washington. Harris, Philadelphia and New York. Pascal Donohoe is in Germany. Jack Chambers is in Chile and Argentina. Dara O'Brien, Miami and Los Angeles. Norma Foley's in London. She didn't go very far. Helen McEntee is in Australia. Peter Burke is in Boston and New Hampshire. Derek Caleri, Atlanta and Savannah. Patrick O'Donovan, Seattle and San Francisco. Jennifer Carol McNeil is in New York. Jim O'Callaghan, Jim went to Malta, get a bit of sun, you know what I mean? While the country's in a bleeding shambles here, you know what I mean? The streets are not safe to walk. James Brown has gone to China. For what, I don't know. James Lawless has gone to India. He probably always wanted to visit India. Rossa Fanning has gone to Michigan and Montana. Mary Butler, Denmark and Sweden. Hildegard and Nocton, she's gone to Japan. Noel Grealish has gone to Vietnam. Sean Canny has gone to Brazil. Thomas Bourne, France. Charlie McGonigal is Colombia. And the boxer Morden has gone to Portugal. He's probably playing around the golf. Emer Higgins, Western Australia.
I'm laughing at what did you say, Colombia? Oh, that'd be an interesting one.
Charlie McGonigal, yeah, Colombia, yeah. Boxer, yeah. Neil Richmond has gone to Kenya and Tanzania. So you can bet your arse he'll be over there telling them all, come on over. Yeah, we can put you up. Turnkey accommodation. You know, hopefully it'll come across McEntee. Well, I hope we all do. Some of the biggest traders in the EU and UN are Irish, yeah. They have, yeah. The TD's laughing at the natives, yeah. It's gamma radiation that made me look at the Incredible Hulk. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's Christopher O'Sullivan. Noel Collins has gone to Mexico. Fair play to Noel. Alan Dillon, Vancouver and Utah. Timmy Dooley's gone to Canada. Colin Brophy, Spain. Marion Harkin has gone to Netherlands and Belgium. That's not really far either. Look, Verona has gone to Switzerland to have a chat with the Davos boys. And the Count Carlock Shannon has gone to Edinburgh. So that's where your taxpayer money is going, people. That's exactly where your taxpayer money is going.
And I was just wondering, well, two things actually. So Tracy reckons it's about $500,000. But what about expenses? Any other expenses? Is that going to cost, even more because they'll have other expenses? And then actually, when I put it up, there was brilliant comments. People said, now is the time to close the borders.
Yeah.
Stop them all coming back in.
Jesus, yeah. Now is the time, yeah, exactly.
Let's close the borders now,
Yeah.
And then a lot of people were saying about McEntee, hope she gets a one-way ticket. And that's very true.
Yeah. And yet, Michael John Dennis, and yet I still can't go home because of the stabbings in Dublin. Yeah.
Oh, I think I sent you on the one. Didn't I send you on the one on Jim O'Callaghan and the statement he made?
That's the next one. Yeah, that's the next one we're going to talk about. My mum is waiting for so many hospital appointments and investigations that I've lost track. They keep fobbing her off now. They're doing the same with my granddad. Pushed back 3 months while he's crippled. See, this is it. But if your granddad was a different nationality, he would get looked after. It's disgraceful.
Yeah, I know.
All staying in luxury accommodation.
Probably, 5-star hotels.
Yeah. Zero bumming mentality, smiling and asking for stuff. Yeah, that's it. Corruption is off the charts right across the West. It is. Dublin to get their own Pakistani police officers to enforce Sharia laws, the arrest Islamophobic Irish. That's exactly what's going to happen, lads. Yeah. That reminds me of a drama of General Musharraf in Pakistan. Yeah. $5 for a gram of pure Colombia. Cocoa, I love. The Tudor leaves. Coca. Yeah, that's where. Who's gone there? Who do you say was gone to Colombia?
Gone to Colombia.
Yeah, no joke.
What's he coming back with?
Yeah, Paul and Orla, what have we allowed? Is it too late? I hope not.
I don't know. I just don't know. This is what I'm just really trying to highlight is just the economic side of things. To really show the wastage of money and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? Just that's I'm hoping is what people are going to wake up to, Yeah. That so many people are suffering and everything like that because there's no money for anything. There's no money for services. There's no money for appointments. There's no money for operation. Look at all the people that are on waiting on scoliosis operations and everything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Jade and Chris, homeschool your kids, fellow. Even the states have meddled too much with the Catholic schools. Won't be too long till they annex us. Third Secret of Fatima. Yeah, I have that book there. I haven't read it yet, Jade, and I must. I give them Irishophobia. Rashers I'll fling at them. Yeah, and they murdered Benazir Bhutto as soon as she landed in Pakistan. They did the same to Imran Khan. Yeah, they tried to shoot him, didn't they? Hey, sorry I'm late. No problem, Johnny. No problem. We're just going to go with... I'm going to present this here. Right, share the screen.
Oh, Jim O'Callaghan, is it?
Jim O'Callaghan, yeah. Jim O'Callaghan. So this is Jim. Finally, the government admits that parts of Dublin are simply no longer safe. Okay. Jim O'Callaghan, the Minister for Justice, has publicly acknowledged there are real security concerns about the dangers that face Dublin. Speaking to RTE, O'Callaghan admitted that parts of Dublin are unsafe at certain times of the day. His comments were in response to a series of violent incidents, including a fatal stabbing in Dublin city centre, which highlighted the need for enhanced policing and public safety measures. O'Callaghan emphasised the necessity for more visible guarded presence, particularly at night, to counteract the dangerous level of unprovoked and gratuitous violence occurring in social settings. His remarks were not isolated. He has previously noted the presence of gangs of youths prowling Dublin City, looking for targets, indicating a perceived normalisation of criminal behaviour in some areas. He advocates for Dublin to adopt policing strategies akin to other European cities where a strong police presence is a deterrent to crime. Yeah, hang on, don't mind that. Go back one. Hang on. Yeah, that's it. But that's Jim for you. That's Jim telling you how safe Dublin is now. That's not safe now.
As the saying goes, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah. It's
amazing how they're coming out with all this stuff now, isn't it? All of a sudden, they're all coming out with everything we've said, and now they're all
not
coming
far
out.
Right. And they're not far right. How is this? How are we all perceived still as the far right and the big bad far away right?
I don't know.
When everything we have been saying for the last 2.5, 3 years, this is exactly what they're saying now.
Yeah.
Like, we could see it before they could see it. You know what I mean? Well, they closed their eyes. They didn't want to see it, you know? Bloke in England got a year in jail for throwing a slice of bacon on a mosque. Listen.
Yeah.
This is the problem. Why are the Gardaí not armed? Some of them are armed, some of them aren't. You know what I mean? They're not all armed. Listen, do you want to be really giving Gardaí on the beat guns, especially now that where they're recruiting and everything else, they're not even vetting people anymore. You know what I mean? There was 400 supposed to have turned out there. It seems Dublin got something like 400 officers out of the last batch, or the highest number, and Cork got 6. Now, Cork is a big place. You know, it's big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
And
a Scotty.
But I'm just laughing, like, just say, Paul, like somebody comes over, like a guard comes over to arrest you or something like that. You can now turn around and say, well, guard, you know, have you been vetted? What crimes have you committed that we don't know about?
But as me,
this is how ridiculous
what
it
is
is.
vetting? What is vetting? Who needs to be
sure
vetted?
No.
People don't need
what
to be
vetted.
vetted.
Vetting?
Come on, look, you know what I mean? I'm literally far right, economically that is, and maybe a far right in some other aspects. So am I, according to these, like, you know what I mean? Fair enough, it was a crime against bacon. Don't let the guards near guns. Yeah, that's exactly what I think as well. There's guards that have guns, guards that don't have guns, and that's just the way it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was also murdered in prison, whoever that was. As a Protestant, an anarchist, and a conservative, I actually am far right, and I see a few around that share my politics. Listen, you love your country, I love my country, you know what I mean? Love a full Irish breakfast. Oh, stop, man, I'd love one now. Be down to Duns early in the morning for one, I tell you. Down in Blanche, it's only £6. Bod, best breakfast around. Into Duns, into the cafe, £6, breakfast, 5 toppings. Oh, tea and toast. Champion it is, champion. Only saying that to bring foreigners into the police force. Another scam. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Window man, when the British Army marched into the north, guns were shipped into Ireland by the boatload. Now the whole island is invaded by Islam and Africans, and not one bullet fired in anger. It's true. Yeah, it is true.
But you see, if more guns are brought in for the guards, that means more guns in the country. Do you know? So
yeah. I stopped an African migrant from assaulting a young Irish girl outside Pearse Street Garda Station. She hid behind me and I handled him and kept him at a distance. She got a taxi. Garda not interested. Unless they actually physically do something. The guard will tell you, unless they actually physically do something, there's nothing they can do. But if it was me who was harassing a coloured girl or a black girl outside somewhere, I'd be a racist and I'd be arrested. I know. This is the double standard. You know what I mean? This is it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Right, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to move on in the last few minutes. We're going to talk about...
Oh, Jaden's video, he wanted the first couple of minutes. Do you want to play some of it, or...?
I haven't even listened to it, so I don't even know what it's about.
Oh, right, okay. Well, look, Jaden, Paul will go through it and then see, can he edit it down?
I'll go through it and see, can we do it on Sunday? I'm just going to play this one for a minute. This is just an American guy talking on Joe Rogan.
Go to a place like Ireland. Ireland, they didn't colonize anybody. You know, Ireland was a colony. They suffered terribly under the British for a long time. And yet it's very interesting that, you know, they were willing to be brutalized, be occupied, be starved, you know, all of these things for centuries to defend their little slice of the world where their people could work out their destiny among themselves, you know, endured so much for that. And then, you know, you get up to about the 1960s, 1970s, and, you know, you can look it up. This isn't like a conspiracy theory. It's the first things that come up on Google if you look it up, that, you know, Ireland is on track to be minority Irish by like 2070 or something like that. It's like, I don't like that. You know, people think of diversity as like every place on the planet should look like Jackson Heights in New York, and like then we're diverse. But to me, that's not diversity at all. Diversity is I go to Ireland and it's Irish. Like,
yeah. So he hits the nail on the head there. Like, you know what I mean?
I saw that actually. But you're lucky. You think about when you go into a restaurant or you go into a hotel or anything like that. I mean, the barman, the rest, you know, the receptionist, the doorman, you know, they're all foreign, like, you know.
Yeah.
Or the majority are, you know, so.
Yeah, geez, we haven't got as many on tonight as we usually have, but listen, people have other things to be doing. I get that, you know what I mean? But yeah, we're up to 600, so listen, that's still all right for a Thursday evening. Fair play to everyone. Keep sharing it if you can.
Some of our regulars, you know the names, they're not on.
But if you share it out there, people, share it out to everyone. Put it out to your WhatsApp groups. Hold on. But we're going to talk about COVID now, okay? And we're going to talk about Bill Gates, who funded. Let's go with this. Bill Gates. Yeah, this is we go with this and we'll come
What
back.
if I told you that a vaccine was secretly laced with a hormone to cause infertility was given to hundreds of thousands of women and girls without their knowledge? What if I told you that a vaccine that was banned in the West for killing girls was pushed on African girls, making them 10 times more likely to die? And what if I told you that the man behind all of this, funding it, promoting it, has just had his legal immunity stripped in Kenya? This isn't a conspiracy theory. This did happen, and the evidence is undeniable. Bill Gates, through the WHO, has funded programs that have been exposed as dangerous, unethical, and deadly. And it's time the world started asking some very serious questions. In 2013, the World Health Organization launched a neonatal tetanus campaign in Kenya, claiming to protect newborns from deadly infections. But doctors started noticing something very strange. Many women in this vaccination campaign could no longer carry a pregnancy to term. Suspicious, these doctors took these vials and took them for testing in independent labs. The vaccines contained HCG hormones, a hormone vital in pregnancy, chemically bonded to the tetanus vaccine. These vaccines weren't just about tetanus. So what were they for?
We cannot afford to trust WHO anymore, Your Excellency. In 2014-2015, WHO brought tetanus eradication campaign in our country. The vaccine that was used is a different type of a tetanus vaccine that is a fertility regulating vaccine, where they take tetanus and combine it with a hormone called human chorionic gonadotropin that supports pregnancy. And when you inject a woman with that vaccine, she produces antibodies against that hormone and therefore is rendered sterile. We are noticing an increase in the number of infertility cases among young couples who you examine and they are normal but cannot get children, or couples who are losing 3, 4, 5 pregnancies before they can carry any pregnancy to term. We were able to expose this, and we have even published a paper that is available.
But it doesn't stop there. Let's talk more about the DTP vaccine, the world's most popular vaccine thanks to Bill Gates and the WHO. In the 1980s, the vaccine was banned in the United States and Europe after studies showed it caused brain damage and even death. While it was replaced with a safer version in these countries, the older, deadlier versions were still being distributed to children in Africa. When Danish scientists studied more than 30 years of vaccination records in Africa, they found a chilling discovery. Girls who received the DTP vaccine were 10 times more likely to die than children that were unvaccinated. But these girls weren't dying from tetanus, diphtheria or pertussis. They were dying from anemia, pneumonia, dysentery and the diseases that the vaccine left them more vulnerable to. This isn't just about bad science. It's a pattern of unethical experiments on vulnerable populations. Vaccines that were deemed too dangerous for the West, pushed in Africa under the guise of philanthropy. And who's funding this? Bill Gates, the same man whose foundation controls much of the World Health Organization's budget. The same man who just lost his immunity for prosecution in Kenya. Knowledge is power, and this is why we must question the narrative, the motives, and demand accountability. Bill Gates and the WHO must answer for these actions, and we, the people, must stand together for transparency and justice. If you believe the world needs to know the truth, share this video and let's make this conversation so it can't be silenced.
What happened there? We just went off. I've just got a video sent in there of outside the White House. The Irish family exposes the shocking truth. But we'll go with that in a few more minutes.
That video there now was very, very good. I spoke about that before, about how Bill Gates that went down and pretended that the shots were tetanus and they were actually making women infertile. Like, how he is getting away with it is unbelievable. Like, it's absolutely shocking when you think about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What he's getting away with.
He's a scumbag.
Yeah, he is. You know?
Yeah, he is a scumbag. And here we go. Let's go with this. This is Bill Gates again. We'll go with this again and we'll come back and wait and see what he has done here on this one.
So I talked about the kind of corruption of the peer review process. Also, the media in North America and Western Europe was very corrupted. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, of course, Bill Gates was a major investor in the mRNA injection. They were flowing millions of dollars to previously very respected news outlets to quote-unquote overcome vaccine hesitancy. So $55 million to the BBC, for instance. The New York Times got money. NPR got money. The Guardian got money. And you know, if you run a news business, margins are very tight. So a few $1 million makes a very big difference. But it means that when problems were being surfaced by real journalists and real doctors, those respected news outlets didn't want to cover them, and they kept reproducing inaccurate claims by the CDC, by Dr. Fauci and so on, that this was safe and effective. The other issue is the CARES Act in the United States, $1 billion from the government itself to basically pay off quote-unquote trusted influencers, all the way from churches and synagogues and mosques down to tiny dance troupes in Queens or, little regional news outlets. So basically the whole culture of communication was bought and paid for by pharma, and then it was a closed circle. Our tax dollars paid for, the vaccines, so shareholders in Pfizer and Moderna and so on were doing very, very well. And then, as I mentioned, critics were silenced. Why were critics silenced? Millions of dollars went to professional organizations representing doctors and obstetricians and gynecologists, pediatricians, to make sure that the doctors in their organizations didn't go off script, and the money had to be paid back if doctors gave actual informed consent to their patients. So it was a whole mechanism of propaganda and coercion. And the last thing I'll mention is something called the COVID-19 Project. And this started in March of 2020, very early, before we could possibly know how serious the pandemic was going to be. And this was a coalition of ordinary competitors, and I'm a tech CEO, so I recognize how weird this is, right? These are competitors: Facebook, Twitter, Bloomberg, Microsoft, Nintendo, Amazon. The big tech entities aligned. Why? To communicate around the world the same messages about lockdowns and about COVID and then about vaccines. That's why you heard the same messaging around the world. Don't visit grandma, you'll kill her at Thanksgiving. Don't visit grandma, you'll kill her at Hanukkah. Don't visit grandma, you'll kill her at Diwali. All around the world the same. That's only possible through this alliance of tech bros. So I followed the money. What happens when you force a lockdown and you keep people from shopping on Main Street, worshiping in churches and synagogues and mosques, going to school? They're on their phones or they're on their computers. Amazon revenue, 2021, 2022, 23% up. Nintendo, a dying breed, double digits up. Microsoft, double digits up. Bloomberg, double digits up. Big tech made out like bandits. And it was a massive wealth transfer from middle-class people, middle-class shop owners, middle-class property owners, working-class people to big tech and big pharma.
So it is not just the big pharma benefiting, but big tech as well.
Arrest Bill Gates and Fauci. Yeah, exactly.
I think was just asking there, was it Naomi Wolf? No, that's not her. She looks similar, but it's not her.
Well, who is it then? I'm sure that's Naomi Wolf.
No, it's not. It looks like her all right. You would think, yeah, but it's not.
Well, I that's who I think it is. But hey, we'll agree to disagree.
We'll find out. We'll battle it out afterwards, Paul. She does. In all fairness, she looks very like her, but no, it's. I don't think it's her. But again, look, she's saying the right stuff anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. No, Dr. Naomi Wolf. That's who it is. Definitely, it says it on the video. Like I have it saved.
She looks different
as Dr. Naomi Wolf. No, that's who it is. Definitely, It's Naomi Wolf.
She looks different.
Yeah, she looks a bit better than she used to.
Paul.
If COVID now, Del Bigtree is
the high wire
of the high wire. Yeah, and he has been speaking out about this for years. Okay, now he has a good. Let's hear what he has to say, and then we'll come back.
I mean, what you're saying there, and I want to put out that this is just a hypothesis right now. What we're talking about is something that a lot of scientists are looking at. This is very troubling, but this hypothesis is that what you're saying is that this beautiful little shell, this fatty lipid that protected the mRNA so it could get to the cell, we know that gets dissolved once it's entered the cells. So anything else out in the body should be being killed by the immune system and not continuing to recreate or go to other cells, because it can't get there without being attacked by the immune system unless somehow some of this mRNA reverse transcriptase, say that word again?
Reverse transcriptase. It's
reverse transcriptase writes itself into your DNA. Now, basically, the Bible code of your body is telling cells, teaching cells, or creating cells that make spike protein as a part of their existence. Is it possible that we have mutated the human beings that are experiencing this so that their bodies will create spike protein the rest of their existence? And then the big question is, what happens if they have kids? Are they going to pass that on, germline transfer? Are you going to see their kids? Did we just create an entire species that now just pumps out spike protein all day, every day, the rest of their lives for centuries to come? And what's going to be the health of those people? Again, a hypothesis, but a terrifying one in a space where we don't have an explanation otherwise why you're seeing this last so long in so many people. This is what happens when all I can say is this is what happens when you mess with nature, when you rush a product onto the market and giggle about how little you know about it and then tell everyone to get it. I hope to get to the bottom of this, and someone's going to have to figure out, how do you pry, if it's possible, how do you pry something back out of your DNA if it's made a mistake? If we've inserted a mistake into your DNA.
I don't know, it's a very valid question.
This could be catastrophic. This is what he's trying to say here. What if this spike protein is being still in the mothers and then they transfer it onto the child? It's going to keep the spike protein and it's going to make the children infertile.
But look at that nanotechnology as well, where they were talking about using the CRISPR technology to slice the DNA and replace it with say, not fake DNA, but like replace it with other sort of technology.
They can cut it. They can cut the DNA.
Yeah, and then cut a piece out
and then cut it there and add a bit in the middle.
Yeah,
it's called the CRISPR. It's the CRISPR
technology. Yeah.
CRISPR
but
technology.
It was actually from watching Dell that made me become awake to what was going on. a friend of mine, because look, we were all sitting watching the exact same stuff at the time. Like, I didn't think anything sinister necessarily was going on at the very, very beginning. And then a friend of mine said, start watching Del. So I did. And that's where I learned so much about how there is no proper informed consent in any of these shots. You're not given the proper information in relation to side effects and everything like that. You know, sure, a lot of the times when they opened the vials, there was no even leaflet inside with what was going on. And look at the Moderna. The Moderna has an ingredient in it called, what is it, SM-102. Yeah, SM-102. It causes cancer. And that's an ingredient in Moderna.
Yeah.
But
Someone
nobody would look that up.
there.
Like, you wouldn't know. Like, it's letters and numbers. But it was mentioned, I think it was, again, like that, on the high wire or somewhere like that. Or was it Dr. Ruby mentioned it? And yeah, it's down as it causes cancer. And that's in the Moderna. Like, if you inject things into you, how are you going to get it back out again? If it goes into your DNA, how do you get it back out again?
That's why nothing went in me. Someone's asking there, whatever happened to all the lawyers and the likes of Mr. Fulmick, who was going to prosecute the world and nothing ever happened? He's actually in prison at the moment.
Yes, I was about to say that. Yeah, Ryan Fulmich. Yeah, he's in
prison.
He's in prison. Yeah.
Bullshit. It's the same way as anyone speaks out, even here, they're sent to prison, or they're, that's what happens, Yeah.
But he's looking to bring about that in Nuremberg too. That's what he's looking to bring about.
Yeah.
And Del Bigtree be very good friends with Robert F. Kennedy as well. Like, the two of them do an awful lot of work together as well. So they're brilliant in all fairness to them.
Yeah, I think I've gone through them now. They're the COVID ones done. Okay, so we'll move away from COVID, people. Okay, so for anyone who didn't want to be listening to that, but listen, we have to get the truth out. You know what I mean? The truth has to
we
get
have
out,
to, because it's not on RT and it's not in Virgin, so we have to speak about it.
Yeah. Okay, I haven't listened to that yet, Eric. Sorry, I can't really. Okay, I'm going to share this now. This is the video from the Burks that they did give an interview to. They gave an interview to the American, to this guy here, and let's play that, and we'll come back and talk.
It's Tom McCullough reporting with Next News Network. I was just stepping out to get some lunch. We saw some protesters in front of the White House. We're talking about religious freedom for Ireland. I'm going to go ahead and pan over and let everybody have something to say here. Give me a second. All right, let's get a pop over here. All right, guys. So why are you guys out front protesting?
Well, I think it's all on the posters, really. This is my husband, Sean, and my son, Isaac, and me, son and daughter. This is my son, Enoch Burke. He's a teacher, secondary school teacher in Ireland of German and history. An excellent teacher, loved by his students, and was there for some years, but was commanded by the principal to affirm transgender ideology in the school and to use the they pronoun to a 15-year-old child. Now, when he refused to do that, he's a Christian, he believes God made them male and female. Yes. He's been taken from the school to the courts and put in Mountjoy prison for 513 days with sexual abusers, criminals of all sorts, murderers, every type of criminal activity, locked in a prison cell. The Irish government are now speaking about sequestration of his assets and garnishing, taking his salary from him. And the Board of Education has even mentioned life imprisonment if he doesn't give in. Now, the situation in Ireland is that every single school in Ireland, primary and secondary, are now forced to teach transgender ideology as truth, as fact. Every child must decide whether they're male or female. It's a massive new ideology. It's a curriculum that's out there. It's compulsory in all schools, and the government is pushing it. Micheál Martin will not speak to us in Ireland. Not one of the Irish politicians, and I'm sad to say that today, not one of the Irish politicians of any party have spoken to us or will speak to us about Enoch Burke, our son. They pass us by on the street. Micheál Martin was in our hometown, And he called the guards when we asked to speak to him about my son. I think it was around Christmas, was locked in a prison cell. And I'm sad that he's in here today with President Trump. We love America. We love America. Our families settled in America and made life good for themselves.
How do you guys feel that President Trump had the federal government affirm that there's only two sexes, male and female, and he's ended all DEI practices inside the United States, especially with schools saying that men can't compete in women's sports?
Yeah.
And so he's pretty much upholding the ideas that your son is being imprisoned for.
Well, more so than that, President Trump is agreeing with God on that one. God Almighty, that's the final authority. We're all going to die. We'll all give an account to God. God made them male and female. That was affirmed by the Lord Jesus Christ in the New Testament and by the Apostle Paul. And that's what all religions believe, that God made them male and female. Yes. So President Trump is agreeing with that, and that's wonderful. But you see, the problem is that we're over here today, and we're looking for the goodwill of America, but America needs to know the full truth about Ireland. The people of Ireland are living in fear. Yes, they are. The teachers are living in fear. They're being told they have to accept LGBTQ plus and transgender, bisexual, you name it. Yes. Yes. Any type of sexual activity, and teach it to every child in Ireland. That is happening subtly and subversively, and it's happening quietly. And Michal is coming over here today with a nice smile, and his cronies, I would say, with them, of the different parties, and they're hiding the truth from America. And I do believe America needs to know. It's unfair.
They will after this.
It's unfair.
I'm going to close out here.
We're very appreciative. Thank you very, very much.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Again, guys, this is Tom McCall with the Next News Network. We have, again, from Ireland and all across Europe, you have every single country that's going to completely disavow religious teachings, the fact that there are only two genders, male and female, and they're forcing it down people's throats that they need to sit here and, absolving this woke ideology, and it's absolute garbage. And it's the same thing in the United States. Teachers lost their jobs, professors lost their tenures, and people have been living in fear. Here in the United States, where freedom of speech exists, where they've attacked Christian ideologies and everything else. And it's good to see that there's people across the world who do stand up and fight for this. So God bless America, and God bless you guys for being here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Thank you.
That was brilliant now, wasn't it?
Yeah, I saw it earlier on, but I didn't get a chance to properly watch it. So, yeah, that's good.
No, I seen the start of it, but I didn't. I thought I had it pulled down there, but obviously I didn't. I must have pulled it down on the other laptop. But yeah, what's this? Homeschool your kids if you can. I'd advise all parents to homeschool. Yeah, great interview. Was a great interview, I have to say. Independent media is the way to go. Exactly. We need to be getting this out to everywhere. And as I say all the time, it doesn't matter whose content it is. Once it's been shown and people are seeing it.
Seeing it, yeah.
Like I think how many have we got there now? Let me just check. Jeez, we've 800. We 800. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we've 800. So we've 800 there now watching that there who mightn't have seen it. You know what I mean? So now they've seen it, they can share it.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is I'll put out little snippets from the show the whole lot, and there you go.
Excuse me. And then during the week, people watch the show and a catch up, like, you know what I mean. So more people will see it then as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually I'm after putting it out on Rumble as well. So I'm gonna put the link up later,
that's good.
And that will be on Rumble. You know what I mean? Because what's happening is YouTube keeps striking me. Every time I put it on YouTube, they keep hitting me with a strike, a copyright strike, and this, that, and they're getting 2 strikes already. If I get a third one, it's gone. So I'm not really pushed on the YouTube one, like, you know what I mean? And I'm not making money. I don't want to make money out of YouTube or anything like that. I just want to get the word out.
I know. I just want to get the truth out.
It's easier for me now to put it on Rumble, and all you do is just click on the link and it opens in Rumble. You know what I mean? And you can watch it in Rumble. It's brilliant, like, you know what I mean? It really is. And you can also watch it on the Irish channel as well. But you can watch it live now as well as, there you go, theirishchannel.com/live. And if you could buy us a coffee, please do, because as we said, we don't get funded. Nobody gets funded here. We do all this off our own bat, and we've been doing a bit more work now all week now with the other stuff as well. So if anyone can buy us a coffee, please do. If you can't, there's no problem. But like, if you can, please do. Thanks very much. Comments now. What have you got there? Eric sent me a video there, a friend of mine there, Joe Mulligan Jack Posobiec did a good take on Ireland yesterday. Good mates with Flynn and Trump. Yeah. I thought I downloaded that Posobiec thing yesterday. I'll just see, can I get it there now, Joan? Just bear with me. But where are we gone? Twitter. Yeah, I seen Posobiec's one yesterday, but I'll go with it there now in a minute. Just delete the stream afterwards off YouTube. Yeah, well, that's it. I don't go out live on YouTube on this one. I don't go out live on YouTube. I put it up on YouTube so people can watch it, easier to watch. But listen, it's all the one where you host it, like, you know what I mean? But at least with Rumble, you're not getting any strikes or anything like that, you know what I mean? And like, as I said, there's no money to be made, you know what I mean? But
most of those doctors and all that as well, they're all on Rumble.
They're all on Rumble. Yeah, every one of them is on Rumble. Just let me get Jack Posobiec. No, sorry. Oh, I seen this Jack Posobiec one yesterday. He was on America's Voice. Jack Posobiec, that's him. He was on America's Voice yesterday. So let's see, can I get it? It's from yesterday. Now you could be scrolling through this for hours. You know what I mean? But he has all sorts up here. Yeah. No. Yeah, no, it's I did see it yesterday, and I did thought I pulled it down, but no. Yeah, sure, not to worry. But what was that one there? I think that's more diplomacy than cozying up to him, John Mulligan. Yeah, there was a drag queen who was against this sick stuff aimed at kids. Remember, very few people were involved in the War of Independence. Yeah,
I know. Frank, yeah. But look what they achieved.
0. My youngest is 14. I have him drilled regularly on what's what. I'm the same with my kids, to be honest with you. I still come up on YouTube. Will it be gone? It still come up on YouTube. Will it be gone? It should be still there. I won't put tonight's one up now until later on or whatever. You know what I mean? But sometimes, I tell you what actually happened. We played the video of young Ava the other night, and Sailing was on it. You know, Christopher Cross, I think it was, Sailing, the team from Arthur. And they gave me a strike for that because it was a copyright violation. So they're just, and I'm going to be honest with you, if you start to get any traction or any supporters here, you know what I mean, on YouTube, they will cut you off, like, you know what I mean? Again, they'll, or Peter McCullough, or any of them doctors, if you play their voices, that's what happens. Like, advice to all Irish: walk around in the park, clay grass, detox. Yeah, okay, yeah, on your feet. I do it all the time. Yeah, I'm the same, because they're in touch with their instincts, go native. Yeah, I do that sometimes. When I get pains in my back of the whole lot, I walk out and stand in the muck for 5 or 10 minutes, have a smoke while I'm standing there.
That's defeating the purpose, Paul.
Any housing policies yet? I haven't actually seen the policies. We're actually in the process of getting the policies sorted so we can get them up on the website. So, yeah, I'll know more tomorrow, Mike. But I'm sure you're somebody who's not you're not supposed to be. I like the Ireland Force thing there, but you know, but that'll be gone as well. There's a new one. But yeah, Mike, we had you on Sunday night. You were acting the maggot as well, weren't you? So listen, fair play. Yeah, there is housing policies. There's policies for everything, and we have people working on policies who are doctors, who are nurses, you know, teachers, who are in the building game, teachers. We have a lot of good people on board with us now, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's really gone well, I have to say. And people are coming on board with us now. I've my ex drilled too, whether he listens to me or not. 2 small girls, my son's stepsisters warned on it. And I'm the same, Davina. My kids know everything. You know what I mean? I don't hide anything. That's the way I am, you know what I mean? The truth is the truth. The truth will set you free. You'll see it in 10 minutes when I go on about the truth at the end. So, yeah. Yeah, I say Mihal got slapped off camera like Trump. He has to go. He's 3 more years. America gives us money. They owe Ireland 230 billion. It was last year. Who does? America? Oh, lovely. Grounding, yeah. Thanks, Paul. Massive issue. Yeah, no problem, Mike. We thought you were someone else, but obviously you're not, so fair play. Yeah, it is a massive issue, and yet we have lots of stuff in the pipeline here. We have lots of people on board, all good people. So yeah, watch this space. Frank, my great aunt Dan Breen's wife. Okay, I don't know who that is. My dog's crap in my garden, can't go barefoot, lol. Well, that's the reason why I haven't got a dog. I'm being serious with you, okay? I love dogs and all that. I will not pick up shit after a dog. I don't care. I don't care. No, I'm sorry. Like, I remember when I was a kid, we used to play football and sliding tackles, and you'd slide through shit, just get up and wipe it off you and play on. You know what I mean? That's the way it used to be. And I remember a guy saying...
somebody there talking about Dan Breen. Was there a comment there before that? But yeah, which Dan Breen was with Michael Collins.
Yeah, she's Dan Breen's great uncle or something. Yeah.
There, she's there.
Yeah. Where is it?
Yeah, I think it was the 2 comments back. If it is Dan Breen, yeah, he was with Michael Collins.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. What would Dan Breen do? Yeah, okay.
Probably have a heart attack if he was living here now. Imagine all of them lads coming back and seeing what's going on.
Don't get the hostility, Paul. Legitimate question behind you all. No, sorry, Mike.
Paul,
sorry, we got...
Paul.
Yeah.
What did you want to show?
Yeah, hold on. Can you do potting compost bare hands works too? Okay, fair enough. Michael O'Sullivan on board. Yes, everyone is on board. Dan Breen, a true word is patriot. Yeah. Resident stability and focus is key right now. Islam will never defeat Christ's chosen people. Well, yeah. The West Cork column. Fair play to you, Frank. And another thing we will be doing as well, we will be putting out 26 come-ons around the 26 counties. We have them all set up, ready to go on Telegram. And we've a lot of people already on them. So we're going to do a bit of rebranding there, the whole lot. So, yeah, we'll have 26 come-ons, one in each county. So you can join the come-on. You can, and if you go onto the webpage, you can join with the webpage. But there's a little questionnaire you fill in and tell us what your strengths are and what and if you can help out in any way. We have a media group, we have a finance group, we have a health group. We've groups for everything, like, you know what I mean? So we put you in them groups and we all talk together, and that's how it works, Dan Breen and Dinny Lacey, yeah. Bridget Malone, my maiden name is Malone.
Ah.
Yeah. Tom Garvin, you need to watch where you are walking. The intruders are making deposits on paths and parks. Yes, I know. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it. I thought I had the git. I thought I had Mick the Git. Yeah. We'll play one more now from Mick the Git, and then we'll come back. We had a win down in Offaly, where he's from. They closed down the iPass Centre, so he's just going to talk about it there now. Yeah, he's at their expose, and they exposed who the guy was and from the area. It's actually Aisling Murphy's uncle.
What?
Aisling Murphy's uncle. That's who it is. Yes.
Was running the iPass.
Was running the iPass. Yes, his company was running the iPass. Yes.
Oh, so my God!
We'll play this and we'll finish up then. And we'll just let this one go. It's just actually coming down there now. Guys, we're nearly up to 900 there now. Fair play to you. People are still sharing out there.
Jesus, that is shocking.
Shocking. Now, I heard this last year because I seen Mick's video from last year. Dan Breen was opposed to the language being sold to foreigners. Yeah, savages. What the fuck? Yeah, okay. That's me coursing. Come on, lads. Yeah.
Your father will be ringing in a minute to give out.
Yeah, I know. He's, yeah.
All
victims of assaults by foreign migrants should sue in civil court. They should, yes, they should.
Yeah, they should. Yeah.
By sun cream, Jay. Yeah, that's embarrassing. It's the whole fabric of our society going. This fucking disgraceful. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. Why is this taking so long? But we've only a couple of minutes left, and anyway, this is only 2 minutes, and anyway.
Yeah. Jeez, I can't get over that now. That is shocking. I mean, how could he do that? Like, after what happened to Aisling, like, Jesus, that's queer and low now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sickening, isn't it?
Mm.
It really is sickening. Jesus, this is taking forever to come up. There we are now. Okay, I'm going to play this now. This is Mick the Git. We'll come back and talk.
Well, folks, do you remember this? Were the people of Burr consulted about their new direct provision centre and new arrivals above the LOETB building? A lot of people in Ireland are now benefiting financially from the movement of people, which makes it human trafficking. So who's benefiting here? Well, the building in question is owned by Emerald Road Limited, a company which is registered at Joyce House, Dublin 2, Ireland. The direct provision centre is being run by a holding company called Rory Mary Michael Limited, registered at the same address, with the exact same directors. Only two of them, Aidan Leonard and Michelle Maher Leonard, who are from Offaly themselves. Well, rumour has it that Mr. Leonard, Aisling Murphy's uncle, didn't like it being known that he was operating an iPass centre, profiting off this state-sponsored and glorified human.
That just said my browser failed to play the clip.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's weird. I don't know why that happened there. Just let me see. Can I? Hang on there. I know what I'll do here now. Let's see. Can I play it through that?
Jesus Christ, that's just, I can't get over that now. That is queer and low to do something like that.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's his
Okay,
niece. He knows what happened to her, you know?
I'm going to share this here. If it's not coming through the, the StreamYard, so we just play it here. Okay, let's play.
About their new direct provision centre and new arrivals above the LOETB building. A lot of people in Ireland are now benefiting financially from the movement of people, which makes it human trafficking. So who's benefiting here? Well, the building in question is owned by Emerald Road Limited, a company which is registered at Joyce House, Dublin 2, Ireland. The direct provision centre is being run by a holding company called Rory Mary Michael Limited, registered at the same address, with the exact same directors. Only two of them, Aidan Leonard and Michelle Maher Leonard, who are from Offaly themselves. Well, rumour has it that Mr. Leonard, Aisling Murphy's uncle, didn't like it being known that he was operating an iPass centre, profiting off this state-sponsored and glorified human trafficking, off the destruction of Ireland. Rumour also has it that some of his family and friends and most of his neighbours and community weren't happy about it either. It's a lucrative business, but it seems that the pressure and the information is paid off. The contract on Aidan Leonard's iPass centre above the LOET building in Burr has expired. No extension for the contract has been signed, and the fake UGs and scammigrants have been moved on. It's a small win, but it's a win. Make it known all over the country who these people are that own these buildings, the people that are profiting off this, and make it known what will happen to them if something happens to your family at the hands of one of these people at their housing.
Well done, Michael. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Isn't he? He is. He's really brilliant.
You know, you're just thinking about Aisling's parents. Like, one of her parents is a sibling. Like, how are they even speaking to him?
Yeah,
like,
well, that's what someone put in. Was it after she was murdered or before she was murdered that he was doing it? I don't think it really matters. Sorry for now there. Did he start it after the murder or before?
Don't know. Well, if he did it afterwards, how can he house? You know, you might say, right, okay, initially probably start off with the Ukrainians, but it doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, his niece was brutally murdered, and he's going to like house these people for money. How can he face Aisling's parents? If that was my brother, he wouldn't be able to walk. I'd kill him.
Well, that's exactly why he didn't want it out in the public domain who he was. That's, you know, yeah. Davina, you have just to do the right thing. Davina, he also tried to take a farm off his brother. This is kind of shit. Some of our own do. Yeah. Money talks. Exactly what it is. Right, everyone. It's been, listen, 2 hours are gone here now. Jesus Christ, we're at the flying through this. And bang, we're at the hit 900 there now. Fair play to everyone that listened and logged in. And Orla, I'm going to drop you down. And I will talk to you in a few minutes. Thank you, Orla. Well, guys, you know what I do. This is what we do every week. The truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose and it will defend itself. Good night and God bless.